My name is Kelsa West, and I work at Simpkins Family Swim Center. I'm a lifeguard and swim instructor. We don't have any full-time employees at Simpkins, though some of the head guards, which are above lifeguards, only a couple of them are permanent, and the aquatic specialists are permanent, but otherwise all lifeguards and swim instructors are extra help only. Some of the extra help employees are not working, or working almost 40 hours or 11 hours a day, and we're not getting any kind of overtime or benefits that full-time employees would be getting. If we get sick, we have to find someone else to cover our shift for us. We don't get any sick leave pay or anything like that. They'll still go to work, just to suck it up, just to get paid. Sometimes we do have to cover the shifts because no one else can do it, so we have to go in. So as a lifeguard, it's harder to respond if we're sick or something's impaired in our judgment.
Members of the board, my name is Daniel Torres, and I am the extra help representative on the SEIU Santa Cruz chapter negotiation team. Every day, extra help workers work side by side with regular employees, doing the same work and providing the same services to the people of Santa Cruz County. One common characteristic that most temporary employees share is that they are continually hired and rehired to serve in the same capacity over and over. After the county gets 999 hours of work out of these employees, they are let go, only to come back once the next fiscal year begins, because they are allowed an additional 999 hours. Yet, for all the hard work and dedication these returning employees provide, they are given no step increases. If the county is as committed to utilizing extra help workers in the appropriate way as it claims, then adding step increases would do no harm and serve as a deterrent to continually hiring the same people for the same positions. It's time the county stops cutting corners and start realizing that these individuals who continually return should be fairly compensated for the work. Step increases are a great way to reward extra help workers for all the services and support they provide to our community. It's about time to stop the abuse of extra help. Thank you.
And I'm speaking on behalf of the extra help employees at Simpkins Family Swim Center. It has come to our attention and has remained a specific point to those who have worked at Simpkins over the past that while we are working close to or at the rate of full-time employees, we do not receive any of the benefits of full-time employees. Our job title states that we are part-time, but in actuality, we are working up to 40 hours a week, which is normally classified as being a full-time employee. Some of the employees, such as myself, are working and making money solely from this job, and our annual income to survive comes solely from this job. To be an important part of the community, being there to save and watch over the lives of children and other patrons of the community, to teach fellow patrons of the community how to swim, how to have fun in a safe manner, and to not be recognized by Santa Cruz County as being full-time employees with benefits is a disheartening reality. We are there, day in and day out, doing our job to the best of our ability, working countless hours for the simplicity of just a paycheck. For those who work the full load, marking down the hours on calendars and creating a life of this work, benefits are a necessity. From what I know, Simpkins, which is part of the Santa Cruz County Parks and Recreation Department, has only extra help lifeguards employed. To my knowledge, there are no permanent lifeguards. It doesn't make sense to have extra help when there aren't any permanent lifeguards to begin with. The only conclusion that comes to mind for such a purpose would be that this county simply doesn't want to offer the number of employees needed to have Simpkins function safely any benefits. We feel that we are entitled to the benefits of full-time employees if we are, in fact, working the same amount of time that classifies an employee as full-time. It's about time to stop the extra help abuse. Thank you.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the board. I'm Jeffrey Smedberg with the County Public Works Department, and I hope you had a good break in July. And before the break, we know you took a well-deserved break because you were working very hard on the county budget. And as you, in end of June, as you considered each part of the budget, you paid close attention to the presentations by the department heads and the recommendation of the CAO. Besides the total dollar amount of each department's budget, a significant part of that budget is the list of employee positions approved for each department. When you approved the budget, you were convinced that there was important county business to be done that justified each one of these positions. And to be clear, these are full-time and, in some cases, part-time regular positions that include all the benefits negotiated in the various labor agreements. The union believes that your intention in adopting this budget is that the anticipated work of these positions would be carried out by workers with benefits. Now, unfortunately, this is not always the case, and I wanted to mention an example, not for my own department, not because it's the only department where this happens, but just because I'm more familiar with it, and hopefully I'll still remain on good terms with my department management after this morning. But one example was last year, the Public Works Department hired several people for a sanitation maintenance worker job, this was done at the end of the 05-06 fiscal year, and so they worked full-time up until the end of that fiscal year, and then when the new fiscal year started, they began again full-time and continued for another 999 hours, and then finally the department got around to hiring some regular workers, and a few of those people actually were hired, not all of them. But that's an example. So these workers were forced basically to have, instead of the normal 6-month probation time, they had an additional year added onto their probation, and during that period of time, other employees took holidays and they stayed home and got nothing. Other employees, if they were sick, they could stay home and take care of themselves. But these workers, if they really needed the money, they had to come to work sick. This is an example of extra help abuse that we hope will end. And we just want to make sure that you're aware of this and will help us resolve a fair contract. Thank you very much.